Okay, so in this video, we're going to put together the image for our e-cover. So what you're going to want to do is go to somewhere where you can get images. Okay, so for instance, we have Pixabay here, where you can get free images that you can use. And here's one, if you want to make something a little more campy, you could go to Open Clip Art and find clip art to use. And there are all kinds of other sites that you can use. Okay, so whatever e-cover you're making, you should find a related picture. So you can just go through the search here. So I'm going to go see if they got anything for classic cars. Okay, so as you see, they do have some here. Now, while you're looking at these, you want to make sure that there'll be somewhere for you to put some text on the image for your e-cover. Okay, so find one that you like and go with that one. Okay, so put your mouse over, you can see what it looks like. And then we'll pick the size we want. So 1280 by 802, 640 by 401, or vector graphic. Vector graphic means that it will be able to change sizes without distorting the image. Okay, so I'm just going to download the medium size. And if you join and register, then you don't have to type in the CAPTCHA here. But if you don't, then just type in the CAPTCHA code and you can download it. Okay, so we have that down now. So let's go and show it in the folder here. Just go to the location where it is. Okay, so I put it in a folder by itself called samples, so I can do all my work within this folder. Okay, so let's go back to paint.net. And what we're going to do is we're going to first create an image to the size we want. So we're going to want kind of an elongated shape like a book is, not a square shape like we have here. Now, what we should do is also bring in the picture in another window so that we can get the size of that. Okay, so we're going to do it open, and then we'll open this image that we downloaded here. And then let's go over to image and resize. We're not going to resize it, we're just going to look at the size. So it's 1280 by 802. As you see, it's wider than long, but we're going to need a width of 1280 for this to fit in there. So let's go back. You see here are our tabs. So let's go back here, and we're going to go to image and resize. And we're going to uncheck this maintain aspect ratio. The width is going to be 1280. Okay, and then we're going to make the height 1800. So it's 1.5 times as high as it is wide. Let's have a look at what that looks like. Okay, so this gives us proper shape for our ebook cover. Okay, so now let's bring in a layer. So we're going to go layer, and then we're going to do import from file. And we're going to bring this in. Okay, now we can move this. So let's just drag this down here. All right, so that's the layer for there. Now, if we wanted, we could put a color on the background here. Okay, so let's go over and click on background. And what we're going to do over here is do edit and deselect. Okay, so let's say we wanted background color. Let's choose something here. Let's try orange. So I clicked on orange. I'm going to do the paint tool or the paint bucket here. And we'll put this in up here. Okay, and there we go. So we have our background color now. And the only thing we need to do next is bring in another layer for text. I'm going to show you two ways you can do this. you can use the built-in text tool that we have here. And so if you go over here and you see T, that is your text tools and fonts. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do layer and add new layer. Now our text is going to go on top of all of this. Okay, and then over here we have our different fonts that we can use. Okay, so you can use pretty much any font you want. I'm just going to use Impact. It's a very dark font. And then you can choose the color you want to use over here. Okay, so let's try white. Put your mouse in here. Okay, and then we should be able to just type away here. Now you see it's very small because of the size of our image here relative to our size of our font. So let's go here. VW Van Renovations. Okay, let's make it even a little bigger. Now, if you do undo, it'll go back one step and you can just go back and start over again if you want to. You can also go back in here, and if you undid something, you want to redo it, then you can just click on redo. Okay, and then I'm just going to click here. This allows me to move a layer around. Okay, so I can put this where I want here. And then I could add another layer. And then I could put text somewhere else in a different font if I want. I could put something down here by my name or whatever. I could put another description line in here, different color or whatever I want. Okay, so I'm going to do edit and deselect. And now I'm going to go ahead and type something else in here. I'm going to use a different font this time. Just for demonstration. Okay, so this one is showing bigger, so I'm going to go back here, tone it down a bit for the complete moron. I'm sure this is going to sell well. Okay, so let's bold this. Okay, now you see where the crosshairs are here. If you put your mouse inside of there, you can drag the text around. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. This is the simplest way. It's also the way that is kind of meh. It's not a real nice effects. I mean, the fonts are decent, but you can do a lot better with another tool, okay? And we're going to do that in the next video.